What's up, y'all? It's your boy Kev on Stage, and it's time for Dear Kev on Stage. Thank you. Yesterday, y'all really made me feel good. Y'all really liked Dear Kev on Stage. I liked it too. I just thought I wasn't sure that y'all did, but y'all liked it, and I like it, so we're gonna keep doing it with what I have. And I have a little more than I thought. It's more than 10. It's about 30 or so. So as long as y'all keep sending them, we'll be good. All right. Hi, Kev on Stage. I met a wonderful man, and we are connected spiritually. He has been everything that I asked for, wine and dine me all the time. Very thoughtful, looks really good, biceps and tricep. Whoop whoop. Here's the issue. We've been dating for 11 months and we crossed the line. I know. Anyway, here's my problem. He's been talking that he thinks I'm the one. I haven't thought about marriage until I met him, and I can see him being the one. I get butterflies and excited when he enters the room. I beam with joy whenever one of my girls asks how he's doing, and I know that he's there for me. He can pick me up when I'm feeling a certain way and is completely tuned with me. I even told my girls I feel that he is it, and they told me they believe that God sent him to me and that he is the one. Everything's going good, right? That was before we crossed the line. Dum, dum, dum. Every other thing, spiritually, emotionally, he's a great provider. And his body build, my man is batting 1,000. But in the sack, it's more like 43.5. I know that isn't everything, and my girl suggests that I should just get some devices after we are married and be cool with that. But I really like sex, and I feel bad because he thinks that I'm able to resist sex because I want to be right with God. That's partially true. But after being disappointed 3 times, I just don't want to go there anymore with him, even though he's like a dog in heat when he's around me. I don't want to hurt his feeling because I care about him, but I don't get anything out of it. Nothing. But when we went there, he was all in it, and I felt like, why can't I be into it like this? Any advice on what I should do? Hoping for some godly advice. Love all your parodies as well. Y'all funny. Thank you so much for the letter or email. Here's the thing. This is why you shouldn't have sex before you're married. Because you get disappointed and you think, okay, this is going to be what it's always going to be. I can't do this, right? One of the reasons I think, this is not in the Bible, this is just Kevin's thinking. One of the reasons I think God designed sex for marriage for 2 people to be virgins is so that they could build a sexual relationship together in tune with one another's bodies. That's one of the biggest things about it. But more than likely, if 2 people have had sex with each other, they have varying experiences. They had somebody who was the bomb, some whack people, and their mind always goes back to who was the bomb. Now, they might not be with that person, but they're like, oh, that mug was over there flipping and slipping, and he did that, and then he flipped me over left. And I was like, ooh, I like it over here. Like, your mind's always thinking about that. And now the person you want to marry is over here just like, and you're like, oh, no, we're not getting married like this. This is all you got? I want you to put it down. You ain't even laid it down softly. Here's the thing. Marriage is forever, and it's designed to be anyway. And sex, believe it or not, can grow, change, mature. 9 years into marriage, me and my wife's game, let's not talk about myself personally, but let me tell you, things can change. You don't know what you'll learn in year 3, year 5, year 7. I'm not saying it's going to take 7 years for things to get better, but as you start talking, and here's another thing, and now I'm giving you advice that I should give married people, but if you were to get married to him, despite all the other things, okay, let me back up a little bit. I think you should get married if even a person has one flaw like this. Now, maybe it's not sex, but it's one other thing. You're not going to meet a perfect person that has every single thing before you marry them. It just doesn't happen. And that's the biggest problem. People expect the person they want to be married to have everything already before they get married. I want everything to be perfect. They don't expect anything to have to grow. It just doesn't work like that. Me and my wife, I had to work on a lot of stuff. Our sex grew, my maturity grew. There was a lot of things from year 1 to year 9 that I've gotten a lot better at, and she's gotten a lot better at. When we first were married, she didn't know how to cook, period. Nothing, not one thing. And now she can do greens like my grandma. She can do peach cobbler, fried chicken, everything. I was willing to say, okay, I would love a woman who could cook, but I'm okay with cooking if I have to or going out to eat. It's not worth not marrying this woman. Like, I'm not going to lose her over that. I can deal with that. And lo and behold, she learned how to cook, and we had a great marriage. You know what I mean? And that's the same thing about sex. Once you're married and having sex, you can start to say, hey, listen, babe, I don't know how to say this, but we've got to try something else. Let's try this. Let's try that. This really works for me. This doesn't work for me. I see that you're enjoying it, and that's great. I would like to enjoy it too. It's going to hurt a little bit, but that's what married people do. They talk about stuff, and they talk about, hey, this is not working. Let's try this. Then you can bring up all the stuff you feel guilty about and talk about it, and that's all right. That's going to happen. There's nothing wrong with that. It's okay. So I would say, if you're interested in marrying me, he has all this stuff and his sex game is just whack, you can learn how to be a good sexer. Okay? It's not the end of the world. You can learn how to cook. You can learn how to clean. You can learn how to be a better man, woman. You can learn anything if you're willing. And if he's willing to do all that other stuff for you, I'm sure he's willing to please you. And that's one of the biggest things. Most men really do want to please their woman. They really do. They might not know how. They might, not be able to right away, but they really and truly do. Some selfish ones are just like, well, should have got yours before I got mine. Good night. But most men are like, okay, I don't want to do that because it's going to make for a bad relationship. All right, I wish you the best. Kev on stage. I'll be back as much as I can.